Hi, welcome back or welcome to the channel. Now, this is an interesting video. Okay, so what you're seeing on screen right now is Nova. The reason you're seeing Nova is for two reasons. One, because North Star, that's what this video is about, and two, because if you see her mind control ability there, you'll see that that's not her normal ability. I actually helmet her ability. So, the reason why that's relevant is because of the fact that one of Nova's augments just got nerfed, okay? Yes, it got nerfed. And it got nerfed. It's funny because it got nerfed in a helmet-y type way. And it might be one nerf I don't know if I disagree with. Usually, I'm a big fan of not nerfing stuff. Usually, I'd say buff enemies, don't nerf our stuff. But this is funny, okay? I'll put it on the screen right now. Okay. So, Nova's Neutron Star Augment changes. Added line of sight or LOS requirement to its AoE explosion. For those of you guys that don't know, I'll put Neutron Star on screen right now, what it actually did, the augment for, the Neutron Star. Basically, it made it so you could cast it again and do an explosion type thing. So, yeah, okay. So, let's see. Ignored for the first 5 meters. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So we ignored line of sight, presumably for the first 5 meters, but anything after that, it seemed like it is line of sight only. They also reduced explosion radius from 16 to 8. That's literally half. They halved the explosion radius. Now it doesn't say max explosion radius, and I don't know if this augment was affected by range or not. So in theory, you could get to be higher, but making it line of sight is a huge nerf. And then just making it from 16 to 8, it just like nerf icing on the nerf cake. Okay, but let's continue, okay? Let's continue as to why they actually made the change. Okay. So after Neutron Star's damage and range was buffed in the Veilbreaker update, the augment's usage increased by over 67 times in climbing. That's actually why you saw people in the game seemingly just like killing everything instantly, because they were killing everything instantly. They were the Nova nuke build, believe it or not. And it wasn't even with Nova particularly. Let me continue. You'll see what I mean. Okay. Because of the helmet system, this augment was being used more than Nova herself, which I find hilarious, because for those of you guys that don't know, when you put a different Warframe's ability on another Warframe, you get to use that augment, that ability augment. That's what you'll get to do. So, yeah. let's see, changing the augment to heat damage while also releasing Archon Vitality resulted in higher damage than anticipated, multiplied by squad mates' damage boosts. And the other-seeking nature made Neutron Star far better at room clearing than other helmet radial damage ability like thermal sunder. We have a history of encouraging engagement with the enemy instead of automation, so LOS changes seemed the most important factor to address while still letting it maintain the new high damage feature. So that was okay. In a nutshell, that was sort of their compromise, as it were. Because, okay, here's the thing. You could argue, yes, they just nerfed a thing that, a lot of people were having fun doing and whatnot. But at the same time, you could argue that their compromise was line of sight instead of actually just making it so the damage doesn't stack, or they could have done a number of things. They could have done a big overall nerf by making it so augments could only be used on the frames they were intended to be used on. Actually, let me know in the comment section below, okay, guys? I'm interested to know, do you think this is a fine middle ground? Would you rather, like the damage multipliers and, the stacking damage be nerfed? And, instead of the line of sight requirement? Just like still the radius nerf, the damage cut in half, but no line of sight. Whatever you rather that, I'd like to know your guys' opinions, because that might be an interesting factor going forward that we could maybe present to DE. If everyone universally doesn't like line of sight and rather have damage nerfed, then that is something interesting entirely. But I will leave it off here. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And with that said, I will catch you guys in the future. Later.